Hello! This is the 15th time I'm filming this video because apparently I don't know how to speak English or act normal in a video and get to the point. So I'm going to try really hard this time. The reason why I am sprawled across my kitchen floor dramatically is because this is going to be a video to teach you how to do a real push-up, aka a bro push-up. So we're not going to be doing push-ups on our hands and knees or aka a girly push-up. We're going to do a full bro push-up where you're going to be on your hands and feet going all the way down to touch your chest to the floor and pushing all the way up. So a lot of people have trouble getting to do a full range of motion push-up, but I think the best method is instead of sticking to girly push-ups, instead of doing really crappy real push-ups, to combine the two. We're going to create a hybrid between girly push-up and bro push-up. So why do I look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame? Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do and show you is common mistakes that people make when they perform push-ups, because people kind of throw in these little cheats that make it really easy for them to not do the work properly, not use the correct muscles, and it's really not going to help you get stronger if you're cheating. So the first thing I want to point out that's really important in a push-up is where you position your hands. So a lot of people do different things, like they'll put their hands way out here, which doesn't make any sense, because what is that? They'll put their hands really far apart, which doesn't really make any sense because that's awkward and painful. So the correct way to position your hands is shoulder width apart, and you want to be in a straight line. So wherever your shoulder is, you want your hand perfectly under it. You can't really see, but you get the point. So my hands are shoulder width apart, hand is directly under my shoulder, so this is straight. You want to make the push-up travel in a perfectly straight line up and down. So anything where you're going like this, that's not a straight line. That's me rocking back and forth in kind of like a zigzag motion. You want it to be straight up and straight down. So if I were to draw a line with my head, see, my head is coming straight down to the floor, straight up from the floor. But this is a girly push-up, and we're not going to do a girly push-up. But I just want to show you, with any part of a girly push-up, see how I'm resting directly onto my knees? You don't want to ever rest on your knees, because what happens when you go down to the floor is that you kind of use your knees to make you rock back and forth, and that momentum of the rocking is pretty much removing all the work you're doing. You want to be using your tricep muscle. You don't want to be using your knees to go like that, because that's not going to make you stronger. So what you do in a girly push-up is you want to put the weight, instead of on your knees, you want to be resting on your quads like this. So I'm going to get back into position, and see how I'm resting on my quads now? If I always keep my quads resting on the floor, I can't really rock back and forth because I'm pinned down, and I have no choice but to use all my arms to push up. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine the two, like I said. So the first step is to get in the position of a bro push-up like this, and you want to lower yourself slowly down to the floor. You don't want to collapse into the floor like you're dying. So try to lower yourself down to the floor as slowly as possible without collapsing. And then on the way up, we're going to explode forcefully off the floor. So we're going to get into bro push-up position. Make sure your back is flat and you're sucking in your abs. You want to keep your core tight. You're going to lower yourself down to the floor in slow motion. And then I fucked it up because I was going to do a real push-up by accident. Do-over. I don't have software editing systems, so pretend that didn't happen. Okay, so we're combining the two, I almost forgot. So we're starting in bro push-up position, lower yourself down to the floor, and then end with a girly push-up. Lower yourself down to the floor, real push-up, end with a girly push-up. So this way, the hardest part about a push-up is pushing all the way back up to the starting position. So this way you're getting the full range of motion. You are coming all the way down to the floor, but you only have to push up to here. So the other thing that people mess up is their back. Like I said before, you want to keep your back flat. You never want to hyperextend your back, which means you don't want to come up like this. You don't want to end the push-up like this, because your spine should never look like this ever. It should always look like this. This position means that you're engaging your core and you're keeping your spine neutral, and you always want to do that. You never want to look like this. You never want to look like this. I don't even know how to do that because that just hurts me. Actually, this whole video is hurting me because you shouldn't do push-ups on the hard floor, especially after like the 14th take of this video because I can't speak English. So like I said, you're gonna start off with a bro push-up, lower yourself down to the floor in slow motion, and just imagine that you're pushing the floor away from you as fast as you can into girly push-up position. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, bro push-up, hands shoulder width apart, on my toes, back flat, engaging core, lower myself down in slow motion, push up away from the floor. Start over, and dun 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 dun. Okay, so what happened is my computer fell asleep. Okay, so that is a really good way to practice because once you get good at coming all the way down to the floor, pushing yourself back up, you can eventually just switch to a full bro push-up, and instead of pushing up into the girly position, push up into the full position. So, you know, it's gonna look like this. Down, 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 all the way up. Down, 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 all the way up. Okay, so the rules that we have learned are: don't hyperextend your back, don't round your back, keep your back flat, keep your core tight. If somebody pokes you in the stomach in the middle of you doing this exercise, they should feel that you are squeezing tightly. You shouldn't feel relaxed. And your hands always shoulder width apart. Try not to flare your elbows out. Like, try to keep your elbows like alongside, what the fuck am I doing? Alongside your body where they're actually touching you. So you can see my elbows are alongside me and they're not like poking out towards the camera. You want to keep your elbows traveling straight back. And I think that's it. That was the best, that was the most normal video that I made after like 16 tries. So hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. And you can practice it in the comfort of your own home. So while you're stalking Tumblr, you can just like practice some girly bro hybrid push-ups until you can just bang them out. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed this awkward kitchen display of fitness and have fun watching the Olympics. Goodbye.